Greetings, flesh creatures. It is I, Megatron. On behalf of TFYLP, I want to congratulate you for listening to the most refined collected podcast on this miserable little planet Earth. Yes. Here you'll find knowledgeable fans discussing every aspect of Transformers and beyond. Now, enjoy the show while I continue my path to complete conquest of all of you miserable biological entities. Predacons, terrorize!
Hi, and welcome to TFYLP, episode 368. It is ToyFair weekend, and so we are having a special show for ToyFair to kind of go in depth with the various reveals for Transformers from ToyFair. So this is going to be a special show. So we're going to have the normal show, and we're going to have a completely different cast on Monday night. And so we'll
except for you.
Except for me. Yeah, I guess I'll still be on there. But the rest of the cast, we'll go ahead and kind of talk more about ToyFair on Monday night as well, but it's going to be with Don and Rick and Rob. So today, I have with me, I've got Anna.
Hello.
Peter.
Forever Destron. Oh, hi, Mark.
And then I've got Christian.
Hi.
So the
They got me that one.
Oh, hey Chris, welcome to the show. So yeah, hopefully if you follow us, like we've got a lot of content on the Facebook page as well. So yeah, if you have any questions about Transformers, the new stuff and whatnot, just feel free to ask. So we've been so excited by ToyFair. I was actually on RFC yesterday for the live RFC for a little bit. So that we could all talk about Don and whatnot. So
does that mean we're not beefing with them anymore?
Were we beefing with them? I'm not sure.
I don't think it was a beef.
Absolutely.
It's not really a beef.
It was an internet Transformers turf war.
We get Don, we win. The end. It's pretty simple. There's no beef there.
One of the guys from RFC was making like pictures, like hand-drawn pictures of Rob and Don and Dron and all that. So that was fun.
It was fascinating.
So ToyFair, we actually have, and one of our cast members, Paul, actually is at ToyFair this year, so he actually can't be on the show, but hopefully we can kind of talk to him perhaps next week about how his experience was live at the show. So I think the live spoilers were that he got to watch the live presentation that the rest of us got to watch, and but he flew out and spent money for a flight, so. But
you get to have the experience.
Right. So yeah, I know we're probably going to get to Earthrise later, but they're asking in the chat whether or not they'll make Sunstreaker at a later date. Wasn't there already a listing for him? I thought him and Trailbreaker.
Yep. There was already a listing for Trailbreaker, Sunstreaker, and it's clear that it's going to be made from the Wheeljack and Runamuck mold. Yeah, so with some retooling, obviously. He's coming.
I'm somewhat surprised. I don't know. It's kind of a weird. I mean, I guess we'll get to the listings and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, they usually do this for ToyFair. Like, they're not going to show everything off. Like, it's not like they're going to be like, here's what we have for the rest of the year. Like, here you go. They like to kind of spread those announcements out, and there's still going to be plenty of time. I mean, San Diego Comic-Con is going to be going on. And I'm trying to think if there's any other events that'll be before San Diego.
Nothing official.
San Diego.
No, so yeah.
Cool, so we'll get Wave 3 and it'll just show up somewhere.
Yeah, pretty much. It'll be kind of like how it's been going on with Cyberverse, where toys just show up and you're like, oh, hey, look, it's the Quintessons. Like, what do you know?
No, they announced those this weekend. Did you see that?
Yes, they did. They did. Those and the Sharkies.
They've been out for 2 months.
Right.
You can't announce stuff that's been out for 2 months. You can maybe announce stuff that's been out for a couple weeks, maybe.
Hasbro, like,
Brand
or
new
not,
Target exclusives.
I was gonna say Target literally had those on sale. I think like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like in their ad or something, you know, and they technically weren't.
Like Hasbro, that's not an announcement.
Yeah.
Speaking of ads, really quickly, station note, everyone get out to Target.com and pre-order everything or order things that you haven't already gotten because it's buy one, get one half off. And Sergio from the show here, he pointed it out in one of our private groups, and order things, go buy toys, go buy robots. You need them. You want them.
Yeah, he ends up being a crackhead at 3 a.m. He's not actually a crackhead. He just told me that word. That's the word he used this morning when he talked to me about it. And I was also up being a crackhead at 3 a.m., but we were both up at the same time, so we got to order them. And like 4 a.m. is great.
Well, luckily for us normal
toys.
people, we're still able to get on this morning and pre-order it, so it wasn't too bad. But it's a great deal, and the Earthrise Voyagers are only like $20 on there, and then I think they have like don't they have the Studio Series Leader, like one of them, like for like
Studio
30
Series
or
Overload
something?
is listed at 30 instead of 50. So if you want Devastator, go get your $30 overloads.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Will they come through?
They have to honor that price. They have to honor
the price, but
They do.
Last time I ordered stuff on a sale for pre-order from Target, it took a long time for them to do it. But they did actually do it.
Not bad.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the wait. If I ordered it, it's coming, and then I don't have to chase it around in stores. I only have to worry about
a weekly review show, Peter.
This is true. Not me.
No, you're right. The wait is fine.
The only issue that I have with that is like with Amazon and Walmart, they just put the figure in a padded envelope and then stomp it and then throw it at your house. So
via catapult.
Yes.
So one of our viewers mentioned the Netflix show, and I believe we had talked about starting with that.
Let's do it.
Netflix show.
Yeah, so the funny thing was I think it was like just last week, we were all talking about, we're like, oh, is this thing going to be canceled? Like, we literally have not heard anything about this for a year. And like the He-Man show that's coming to Netflix, like they had did a bunch of announcements last week and whatnot. But lo and behold, if you watch the live stream for Hasbro, they kicked off with that and talked all about, how great the show's going to be with Rooster Teeth and all that type of thing. So what do you guys think about the trailer and the potential show?
I just want to start by saying I told you guys to be patient. For those who I discussed this with, I said, be patient, don't give up. And I was right.
You were right.
Hey,
Right.
And they did talk about during the live stream how good it's going to be. Whether it, pans out as going to be something actually good, that remains to be seen. But I will say my first impression is that it does look good. Everyone sounds good. I don't mind that there's no Cullen. I don't mind that there's no, like original voice cast or whatever. They're all 75 years old anyway. That doesn't bother me. I think it looks good. I'm more excited for this than I was for the Prime Wars trilogy stuff, and I'm excited for more toys. Oh, and Frank's going to be Starscream. So.
Oh, Frank's Starscream again? Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank Todaro. Is that how you say his last name? Todaro, yeah. So, Rob in the chat mentioned that the show is going to be 6 episodes, 22 minutes, and link for each episode. I did not actually catch that, so...
I didn't catch that either.
I caught the 22 minutes part, not the number of episodes part.
That's roughly movie length, though.
Yeah.
And, I will say that the last series I watched from Rooster Teeth, I think, was 8 or 9 episodes, and they managed to tell a coherent and enjoyable story in that amount of time. So I'm not really worried about it being short. Like, I guess more is better, but an actual coherent story would be nice, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, the Prime Wars trilogy stuff was not comprehensible. It was nonsense, and Cyberverse 12-minute episodes. It's fantastic. So if we can get somewhere in between, with that animation, I would be happy.
The Combiner Wars was that. How long were the Combiner War episodes? I can't remember. It was like
10 minutes each.
Yeah, it was like the weirdest thing. Like you couldn't really get into the
Like
episode.
6 minutes? Something crazy.
With credits and things, it was still like a blurb where a bunch of people randomly said things, and I responded, and then they, oh, watch out, climax, sort of. Next episode.
Kind of.
Yeah,
good-
it made
good
a little
summary.
more sense. Like I actually like waited and like watched them all in a row. It was a little bit better that way, but it still wasn't good, like at all. So
Yeah, that seemed to be the way to watch it, was just all at one time.
And just suffer through it. Just slog your way through it, hate it, and forget about it.
I'm really sure there's not a way to watch it other than not watching it.
yeah,
Just don't do it. It's okay.
But I think that the animation for this new show, I mean, even though it was just a trailer, it seemed like it was better than any of the Combiner Wars like stuff or whatever, the Prime Wars
The
trilogy
models
stuff.
looked really good.
They
I was
looked a whole
impressed
lot
by that.
Yeah, it looked way better. Like the Prime Wars stuff was on par with, I'd say, Cybertron or Galaxy Force. It was, like just flapping mouths and lots of this nonsense. Not really too dynamic. This looks a whole lot better.
It's more of an Energon thing than a Cybertron thing, but yeah.
So the thing I'm curious about is so like a lot of times these. Bye Peter.
He's back now. It's fine.
So the thing I'm curious about this is that like this is going by seasons. There's going to be 3 seasons total, but like on Netflix, the seasons don't always necessarily. Yeah, I think so, isn't it?
It's heavily rumored. Wink, wink. You can't see me winking. It's heavily rumored.
Perfect.
So the question is though is that like will this actually be one per year? Because like on Netflix, the seasons, I mean, years don't matter. It could be 2 months or it could be like 2 years.
Yeah, it could be
between
4 seasons in a year. Yeah.
So I'm curious if Earthrise, like, will they actually try to catch up, or will they do essentially the same thing they're doing now, where they wait, release it next year and then re-release all the figures again?
I think it's foolish for them to. I guess we should get to the crux of the thing. Is like they're releasing this cartoon now for a series that ended 2 months ago or whatever. So they have to re-release a bunch of toys in different deco to try and get kids interested in buying the toys that they can't get anymore because they're gone. They're out of stores. It would be in Hasbro's best interest, I think, to have things released concurrently with the toys, with what's on the shelves. But at the same time, they get that extra money from buying Scrapface and Hot Link or whatever. All that sweet, sweet Hot Link money.
Dude, how about 3 scrap faces? That's sweet, sweet scrap face money. I need that blue camera.
I don't feel like I need a third. And I guess we're getting ahead of ourselves with that, but like I don't feel like I need a third reflector. As much as I enjoyed the first one, I really enjoyed the second one, the Toy Colors one. I like Scrapface, but man, I don't need a Scrapface camera. What do you think, Peter? Are you getting 3 or 4 Scrapfaces yourself, or?
Nope.
Wow.
Wait. In a conversation with Peter, I'm the crazy one?
Yes.
I never thought that
Sounds right.
Scrapface is a redeco of one of the reflector dudes. I guess the only reflector dude? Anyway, for the Walmart exclusive War for Cybertron Siege Netflix line, which is a bunch of redeco toys and some new characters like Scrapface. You got Hot Link coming in from the Seeker mold, and a new deco from Mirage as a Decepticon. But the rest of them seem to be just kind of different versions of Space Mud, better Space Mud.
Here, do we want to go ahead and actually try to show
Yeah,
some of this?
Why aren't you showing them as I'm talking?
Well, we're going out of order here, so hold on. All right, so who are we doing? Scrapface?
Scrapface.
So here we got the Scrapface. I am showing the battleship mode or something for Scrapface right now.
Ship battleship.
I haven't even seen that yet. I've just seen the robot mode.
It looks the exact same as Reflector, except for
Sure it does. It looks like a
the new
space
colors.
pen.
Yeah,
Or a gun for a Titan.
it has shiny paint on it.
There's shiny paint on it. People saying it looks like smokescreen. I think that's probably unintentional. I don't, red and blue. That's Optimus as well, so whatever.
I actually have a different thought on that. In the original Marvel comic, there were Decepticon medics in issue 3 or 4 of the Marvel run, and as I recall, they were, I could be wrong, they were blue-ish Megatrons with a different head. And Megatron's like, yeah, go take them to the medic. And there were these random dudes that showed up. They were in one panel of one issue, and I think that they were Megatrons in that deco, that Scrapface deco. I don't know. Maybe we have an official Decepticon medic toy. I'm excited.
That works.
So what do you think about the new battle damage, where it's like scratch lines or whatever instead of the space mud stuff? It's on the chest of Scrapface, so.
Battle damage is battle damage. Maybe it's just to show us that the Beast Wars are coming. They got all scratched up.
Yeah, maybe.
Lucas, we're getting some reports that we're having echoes.
Is this better?
We'll find out.
I was going to say, let us know now if...
Scrapface, who's next?
Let's see. So, I guess, do we want to do the Mirage next? Decepticon Mirage?
Sure.
He's just purple.
I think it looks really cool.
It does look really cool. It's not any of the Mirage repaints I was looking for this weekend, but it is very cool. Just hoping for some sweet sure shot action.
Echoes are fixed now. Huzzah.
Okay, good. Yeah, sorry about that.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like the Mirage. I think it's neat what they did with it. So, as opposed to Hound, like the next one, where it's Hound again with different battle damage.
This Hound completely fell off my radar. I didn't even, Yeah.
It looked like it was a vaguely lighter shade of green.
It is.
Yeah,
I didn't notice the difference when I looked at it.
Yeah, I think it's like vaguely lighter, and then the shoulders have, different battle damage on them, so...
Are his tampos different in terms of the gold, the star, and the Autobot insignia? Is it more toy accurate or toon accurate? What do we think?
Possible.
I'm trying to see if I have my... Where's my... Can't find my Hound right now. Oh, here it is.
Call a dog catcher.
Nope, it's pretty much the same. So, like, all the tampos are in the same
really
spot.
Close.
So.
Yeah, the Mirage is different, though. The Mirage is kind of neat. I like it.
The Mirage is very different.
I think it looks really cool. Purple like that.
Mirage the perp.
So is Mirage, like, this is Mirage, right? Like, did they name him as Mirage, or...
They named him as Mirage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Because if we had Mirage as a Decepticon...
His function is spy. It has been since 84, so he's out there spying. He's a decon, man.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I think somewhere they said it's a Decepticon imposter Mirage or something. I thought I read that. I dreamed it. We'll see.
No, you didn't dream it. It showed up somewhere. I saw the same thing.
I don't remember
Yeah,
where,
I think it definitely is out there.
There was a lot to digest yesterday.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible someone made it up and the rest of us just went with it. That's fine.
Could be.
So
That's
Anna,
how
are you
true
excited to get?
fandom.
Are you excited to get yet another Chromia?
No, I'm not. I'm actually
Yay.
mad that it looks better. Like, I'm actually agitated by the fact that they managed to paint it and make it look in a way that I almost want to own it, but no, I refuse because there's enough of that mold. Just
I
done.
did actually order this one.
No.
The blue clear plastic on her windshield as opposed to the clear plastic on her windshield, much better looking. So yeah, I did order this one.
Technically, has there been a repaint of Chromia? I'm trying to remember.
Nightbird.
Nightbird.
Oh, Nightbird. Yes. So we've only had one repaint so far, Anna.
The Nightbird, see, but I have the Nightbird, right? So I have enough of that mold. And that mold, the base mold that it's made from, is trash. So I'm kidding. I'm just being too rough on it. I'm just tired of the mold. That's all. I do have a lot to say about that mold later in the show, though, when we get to Arcee.
And then, so as we talked about, I forgot Sideswipe. So that's the other one where it just has like more stuff on the chest, I guess.
I think Sideswipe and Hound may be clearance pickups for me.
So the thing that's weird with Sideswipe, right, is if you look at the car, only the front of the car has that like gray, like it looks like it, I don't know, whatever kind of battle damage, but it's only on the chest. Like it's not on the back end of the car, really, is what it looks like. Maybe it's on the very back end, I think, but a lot of it didn't actually get those paint treatments, which seems weird to me.
It depends on which mode he was in when he took that damage. Maybe he was standing in robot mode, hovering over a box that exploded upward on him, and it got on his chest, which means it only translates into his hood. So, no, maybe
that's how I stand.
No, it works.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. It's honestly like, I remember back in the day that when Bandai started putting out the battle damage Gundam toys, and like this is way back when like they were still making toys for Gundam Wing. And I remember just like, they were kind of neat, but they were really easy to skip for me. But I understood why you would want them in your display. So these guys kind of fill that same gap for me. Like if you really wanted to make a like actual battlefield display and you're not a customizer and you don't feel like you can do it yourself, then this is a way for you to get, actually legitimately battle damage figures instead of, just a little bit of space mud on their footsies.
Yeah. And they all have the hole in the back of their waist plates, so you can like pose them up on stands and have them, like getting I'm blasted and all the little greebly explodey stuff all over them. Yeah, it's a good play pattern. I dig it. I hope they carry it forward.
I mean, honestly, like, I think it's really cool that they're re-releasing the figures in time for the show, because as a parent, I would hate to like have my kids watch this show and then like say, I want the toys, and then they can't actually get any of the toys. So
yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like the cartoon's coming out for a toy line that ended. If it comes out in June, it's ended 6 months prior, and you got to go on eBay or whatever and spend an arm and a leg.
Yeah. So and then Megatron, I kind of dig this Megatron. I like the silver on it.
It looks very good. That toy, the mold in general, not very good. In that kind of silver, very good.
Honestly, it does for the mold what I was really hoping Combat Hero Megatron would do. Like, because when that came out, I was like, ooh, it'll make me like the mold. And then I got it, and I was like, ooh, I like the mold less. But this version, I feel like actually makes me almost like the mold. Luckily, I have, the Target Masters he comes with, so I can still skip it. But I do think it really improved the mold to make it look like that.
Target Masters he comes with?
I have completely different of them. They're fine.
He comes with real Lionizer and Pinpointer.
I have a toy. I have a Pinpointer from LG.
Oh, that's true.
Right, so I had him back when his buddy came out, and then I'm fine with a pseudo Lionizer. I have enough kitties.
But yeah, so I actually like. They have some battle damage stuff on his legs too that actually looks quite a bit better than the space mud stuff. So, yeah, so that Megatron is actually is definitely a win for me.
A friend of mine asked a question about him actually, and I wasn't sure because I only had the Combat Hero and I didn't feel like walking 3 feet to grab it anyway. But does it seem like the Netflix Megatron has a new head to help with his much different looking lips?
No.
I don't think
same head.
As a friend of mine was suggesting that perhaps they had updated his head so he could be lippier as he is in the cartoon footage.
No, it's the same. It's just like painted differently. So I guess the last one we haven't talked about is Hot Link.
Hot Link is not quite Hot Linky enough, but he looks cool.
He's going to get bought, of course. I wish he were more purple.
Yeah.
what I'm
I
saying.
agree.
Although
So
John Warden says he comes with the Fire Twins, who are accurate to their G1 appearance. New characters accurate to their G1 appearance is what he said they were. And I was like, wait a minute. That statement
What
doesn't
is
make any
that? What are
sense.
those? Peter, help.
They're new characters.
Yeah,
that was an incongruent statement. We know John Warden gets a
the
little
Earthrise Megatron has a new head. It's the we're talking about the Netflix Siege one. Sorry, in the chat they were talking about that. So yeah, we haven't gotten to the Earthrise Megatron yet.
We'll get there. Yeah, the Fire Twins are new Target Masters or Battle Masters, whatever. But they're accurate to their G1 appearance.
Which means they might show up in the comic, and then they're officially G1, and then, they're in the cartoon too. Oh, isn't that nice?
Can you use that voice all the time? Dang. You want to talk about the spoiler pack too?
Oh yeah, I guess.
It's okay. So there's a leader class, Ultra Magnus, that's coming out. It's in a box. It's called the spoiler box. And they didn't show it. They showed the box at the live stream, but they didn't show what was in the box. They said it's a spoiler. It'll spoil the first episode, so you can't open the toy until you watch the first episode. And that's going to be complicated.
It's got Magnus, and it said it's got stuff.
It's got stuff inside, and if you read the Cybertronics on the front of the box, what does it say, Anna?
I don't know. I didn't read it.
Who read it? Someone read it. Someone knows what it says. Someone knows.
You read
so
it.
it says. Do you want me to spoil it?
Do it.
So it says Battlefield Rung is what that translates to. So I'm guess it is it an Ultra Magnus with a rung?
With rung with probably some mud on him.
I mean, I fully support any way to get more rungs out in the world, so
That's fine. See, my assumption was that it was just a really damaged Ultra Magnus or something.
I was hoping it came with a cloak.
He might.
That'd be fun. Yeah, we don't know.
In the trailer, Ultra Magnus walks into the Senate or wherever the hell he's walking into with a big giant cloak on. It's like, oh, I wonder who that guy is. Oh, it's clearly Magnus.
The Senate's a really pale old man in Star Wars.
Right. So I wonder if, like I think this would be cool if it was a convention item. Like, if you went to the convention, it was like, surprise spoiler box. And that way they could put it up online and get people excited and they want to get it so they can find out what's inside. I just don't think it works very well as a Walmart release because, the moment anyone gets it in hand, pictures of it will be online and the whole thing's lost.
The moment anyone gets it at a Walmart, some child or grown-up is going to just tear it open, dump it on the shelf, and leave it. It's Walmart. Let's go. I mean, come on.
So these are coming out at physical locations, right? I wasn't sure if they were online only.
Yeah. No, they're supposed to be, yeah.
Another big display.
June-ish, maybe for them.
Yeah, they said in time for the Netflix show, which means at my nearest Walmart, they're going to put every one of them in the security spaghetti wire and cinch it down so tight that no one will buy it.
You know what? I bet. So in one of our group conversations, Lucas was mentioning earlier that apparently it seems like the next time we're getting Earthrise releases is September, and that's a really long time. But I bet that's to allow people to get hungry and go buy those Netflix show releases.
Catch up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
only that's weird,
Yeah.
It's September for Target and Walmart and everyone for the second wave of Earthrise stuff. Having a Walmart exclusive wave drop in June still gives Target months of nothing but wave one.
Right. That's what I was saying.
Exclusives that just got announced.
And I feel like Target is usually better about restocking their shelves than Walmart is. Like, it could be in there in June, but when is Walmart actually going to put those figures out?
When I mandate it?
Because it's whenever they feel like, putting the stuff on the shelves, so. But, I don't know. I mean, I still think it's kind of a neat way to do it with the show to try to time it. And I mean, I think the surprise box is still cool. I mean, I do 100% agree with you, Anna, that it would work a lot better if it was something to where it actually got released at the same time but I suppose if you're the type of person that doesn't want spoilers, you can just, not follow Transformers news for a few months and then you'll be okay.
Why? What? No. Oh, that would hurt.
One more thing we haven't talked about for this assortment is that each of them come with a cardboard piece of Teletran 1.
I about that.
Which is very cool and very flimsy, but very exciting. I don't think I can spend extra money on like Sideswipe and Hound to make it happen, but I can clearance spend money on Sideswipe and Hound to make it happen.
So as fun as it is, doesn't like Toy Hacks, I think, actually have like toy stages that you can buy that would cost you $20 or something like that.
There's a couple companies that do it now.
Yeah, there's a few different ones, so yeah.
Have I gotten
those are
any of
probably
yet? No. But if they come with my toys, yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, if it's like free with it, then it's kind of cool. Like I do have a couple of the Studio Series stages up on my shelf. Like those are kind of neat. So.
Yeah, if they were that quality, if the Teletran ones were that quality, then I'd be good with that.
Yeah,
they didn't look like that from the one.
No, they did not. They looked like they were just basically cardboard cards that you would connect together with magic, and that would be what you'd have.
Hey, if they're Studio Series stage quality, then yeah, great. If not, then I guess I'll make it work some other way.
I'm not going to buy just for those anyway. Like, I was out the second I saw repaints. So, I mean, I don't think that's going to be enough to pull anyone in. Okay, I'm wrong. That's enough to pull some people in, but maybe not that many people.
Not even Scrapface, he's a new dude.
I think that we have, like, two different levels of collector, right? You have some collectors that like to get everything, right? And then you also have the people that just, like, casually collecting, like, oh, hey, the show's coming out, I'll go ahead and, pick up a couple figures or whatever that didn't already get the Siege figures. So I'm sure that those two levels exist, right?
All those people that have that nostalgic hankering for Scrapface.
Exactly.
Well, all those people who, couldn't get the rare figures of Sideswipe, Hound, and Chromia. They weren't shelf warmers at all.
So, yeah, can we call Hot Link Skywarp then, or since
some people are saying that online. I've seen several people say like, "Ooh, it's purple. I'm just gonna make that my Skywarp," because the actual Skywarp is really hard to get now, and some of us may have sold theirs for quite a large amount of money. So therefore, some people might need it.
Look, if you miss Skywarp, that's your own fault. It was available for retail for a really long time. Like 3 months at least.
It didn't last anywhere near as long as the Sideswipe did. It was kind of in and out.
It lasted long enough.
There's plenty of other Skywarps in the world. Go get this one. It's cool. This is what I replaced it with.
I think other people prefer to buy official rather than that. But I mean, I'm sure there will probably be an Earthrise Skywarp too. So
I wonder.
So at some point, I think that there was a listing in Toys R Us Canada, I think, that actually had like a Seeker 2-pack. So there maybe it's in there. I don't know.
But wait, no, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Disregard. Move along.
What are we moving along to?
Oh, Nero says that Amazon canceled his Skywarp order. So there you go. So that's the fun part of Amazon.
That one is not your fault. Sorry, Nero.
Let's do Cyberverse.
Cyberverse.
All right.
Here
Let's
we
do
go.
Cyberverse. I'm excited for Cyberverse because
Are we talking about Rack and Ruin first?
Sure. Was that a Toy Fair announcement though?
I mean,
who cares? No.
Yeah, it was like shown on, I can't remember, what would it show up in Great Britain, I think, or something?
It was a Toy Fair announcement now. It's all good.
Yeah.
We're doing it. So this is the first time Rack and Ruin in any form have got an official figure, right?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. It's cool, right? Like,
it's very cool.
Exactly what you all remember from the comics or anything, but it'll be perfect for a Rock Lords repaint, which is totally going to happen. So
Sticks and Stones? as a truck.
Yes. It'd be great.
I told you I'd put 1% of my will behind it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You did it.
I think for Cyberverse figures, right? Like, this actually doesn't look bad. Like, this legitimately looks like something that, like, you know, I would actually pick up.
Cyberverse has continued to raise the bar on themselves, which I appreciate immensely.
And then go back on that bar sometimes, but we'll get there in a second.
I'm trying to think what else I showed. Okay, so we also have, Space Cowboy, Wild Will.
And there's the going back, right?
Horrible.
What's wrong with this?
I love this dude. He's fantastic.
It looks awful.
It's such a fun design. It has a really cool head. Like, it's literally a weird cowboy head with a large hat in a transforming figure. It's kind of cool. But then you look down at those legs.
He's
And you're
made of
just like,
spaghetti.
oh no. Oh no.
Spaghetti Western, man.
It doesn't
And
work that way.
he's not a low price point. Like, that Rack and Ruin there is a $20 price point. Cowboy guy there is a $25 price point because he has lights and sounds and action or whatever.
Oh, that's
You
fun.
speak to him and he does things.
The battle callers or whatever, right? What's the?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they respond.
Battle call or
Yeah, I think it's battle caller or something like that. But the cool thing about Cyberverse is since they release everybody in every price point, we know we're going to see Wild Wheel again, maybe in the Warrior or
Right.
Deluxe class, and then
I would love him in the deluxe class. It'd be
Green
great.
Deluxe. Yeah,
Same head
He's
though.
like a
Please
car.
keep that head. That head is perfect.
I'm
Why is he
excited.
not a giant wheel?
So you can talk.
His name
Okay,
is
so
Wild Wheel.
I totally missed this. So these battle
Oh, yeah,
call, you talk to them. That's kind of cool. Like, I'm curious, like, how well that works. I mean, obviously, like,
Talk
whatever.
back to you.
Like, for us, it doesn't matter. But, like, I'm just
They're your
imagining for my
friends.
kids, like, I actually think my kids would actually get a kick out of that.
Yeah,
I think
every
so, too.
once in a while Transformers can be for kids. It's all good.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Once a year.
What is this other one? The jet, blue and yellow jet. I'm, like, trying to
It had a
go
cool name.
through Ben's pictures here. Can't
It
tell.
had a cool name, yeah.
It did have a cool name. It was a new name. Peter, do you remember it? I don't remember it.
I don't. I remember Halfang or whatever, and it's probably gonna end up being Blasty Blast.
Blasty Blast. It's a good
Let me
one.
see. Yeah, unfortunately, I was having trouble actually finding pictures of Cyberverse in general. So yeah, we get what we get here. So
It had a cool name. It was cool. That's all I know.
I like Blasty Blast. That works. It looks
Blasty Blast
fine.
it does.
interesting.
Blasty Blast and Bumble Guy look good.
So looking at the smaller figures, I think I'm not sure. Is this Warrior class the Starscream, like with the new mold, like with the wings and whatnot? Like is that Warrior class or is that a different class?
That's Warriors.
I think that's Warrior.
I think it actually looks kind of cool.
Looks like a Gladius ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are Warriors. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, and that the Optimus looks. I mean, is slightly different. It looks. I mean, trying to actually find a. They got the Grimlock.
Cyberverse just has that interesting issue of where they put out, as Peter said, enough figures of all the characters that you can pick and choose. So that's nice.
Yeah, so I'm showing the Hot Rod Build-A-Figure, and that one does not look as good.
He's made of panels. Make a good hot
Yeah.
rod. It's not that hard.
Right.
Yeah, that is a bummer. He's he's probably the weakest of the deluxes of all 8 of them.
Yeah, like the RC actually looks pretty neat.
The RC is great.
I like
Yeah.
the RC a
Harley
lot.
Quinn.
Yeah, I kind of wish that they. I don't like the face as much. Like that's the only part of it I don't like. But I think this one actually has more paint on it than the Earthrise one.
I think it does.
Yeah, I think it does. And maybe we could do a head swap, and the Earthrise one, we'll get to it, but spoiler alert, it sucks.
Oh, wow. Look at you. I like the Earthrise one. It's all good.
The head sculpt, we're gonna have ourselves on that, but like the head sculpt on the Earthrise looks good. I just feel like it has no paint. Like it's literally all white. Like there's blue eyes, but that's it.
Yeah.
So.
It's no paint, and that transformation is a complete cop out.
I definitely think that out of the 3
about.
RC toys to come out recently, the best toy is the Cyberverse one. Like it definitely is it's an actual transformer for the most part. I mean, she still has a car on her back. That is still the concession, but
she's always looked like she has a car on her back.
Right. And I like the weird way they made her look with like the blue lips and everything. She's cool. I'm fine with it. She's a little different.
Yeah, so I bought some of the Build-A-Figures, and like I hate that Cyberverse plastic. I don't know, just something about it. And so for the most part, I don't think I'm actually gonna like collect all of them and build the McAdam, but I may actually pick this RC up just because it looks kind of neat.
Honestly, I think I'm probably gonna end up buying everything. I think I'm going to buy the last 3, but not Hot Rod. So if between the two of us, one of us just bit the bullet and got Hot Rod, we could build a McAdam and throw it somewhere.
There you go. Yeah, you can have my McAdam pieces if you want them. So
perfect. And I'll build a McAdam and complain about how it's not very good for the rest of the time.
Yeah, because you already saw that.
I
like
where
where
the leg, and I was like, why is this leg crap? I thought this would be a good leg.
Yeah. No.
Over the shoulder.
I mean, it's definitely, that's the thing that's kind of disappointing compared to, like, Marvel Legends. Like, Marvel Legends, like, you build, like, a Juggernaut or something, and it's a super solid figure. And, I mean, McAdam's, like, I think it's fine. But, again, like, all the Cyberverse stuff, like, I don't know. I mean, I like some of the ones. Like, I like the ones where, and again, like, this is me for trying to get it for my kids. The ones that have fun play gimmicks and things like that, where they're not, like, the plastic isn't too crappy, I don't mind. So, like, I don't need super articulated ones. I just want ones that have fun transformations and that, look like the characters so that my kids can play with them when they watch the show. Okay.
Yeah, I think these are cool.
Do we want to go on to BotBots now?
I thought we still had Cyberverse to go.
Oh, didn't we already have... We made it through.
Did you talk about Grimlock and Thunderhowl, and I missed it somehow?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Grimlock.
we didn't.
Here we go. Here's Grimlock.
You're right. It's Thunderhowl.
I said Howlfang.
Yeah, Thunderhoof.
I'm mixing that. Yeah, Thunderhoof was somebody else, and I mixed it up with Sleuth.
Right, Thunderhoof is someone else.
Okay, so that was the one that we were asking about. Like, so is that the Seeker one? Is that Thunderhowl?
No, Thunderhowl's the last deluxe figure. It's the animal kitty wolf thing. It's actually the neatest looking in the deluxe figures. It's really cool.
This is just a regular kitty.
I don't know if they have pictures of that, so there you go. We can just talk about it.
They might not, because I don't think they actually had it physically there. I think it's still just pictures. There were pictures during the panel of it, like stock photo CG nonsense. And in the stock photo CG nonsense, he looks amazing. And I'm sure he'll look way worse once he's out physically.
Grimlock looked good in robot mode. His beast mode looks really bad. I thought it. At least the Tyrannosaurus-ish, whatever he is, head looked bad. Thunderhowl looks promising.
I mean, the thing I think is cool about Grimlock is like it comes with some fun accessories. Like it looks like it comes with a crown and a sword, and that it's like sword/fire effect. So I think that's fun.
Yeah, I want the Grimlock, and part of the reason I want the Grimlock is that he's a completely different take on the character. Mm-hmm. So, and that's like usually what I do with collecting in every other toy line is I try to get like different takes on characters and whatnot. So I actually do kind of want him for that reason, and it's probably, being Cyberverse, it's probably the best figure we'll ever get of him.
Roxy agrees.
In the chat, Rodimus says that the jet dude is named Meteor Fire, and Rob says it's Thunderhoof Hang Foul, or something.
Thank you, Rodimus.
Meteor Fire? That's a dope name. Peter, we were right.
Blasty Blast.
Blasty Blast is better.
Blasty Blast is a better name. All right, so are we done with Cyberverse now?
Yes.
All right, closing the tab. All right, BotBots.
Season 3 is going to be good. Watch season 3. Support it. Love the show. It's going to be great.
Oh yeah, no, the show's cool. All right, so Christian, on the screen, I'm showing the magnificence of the stadium for BotBots.
Yeah. So in regards to that stadium, your favorite BotBots collector, that's me, hopefully, is taking a trip to New York tonight to go steal that stadium. It's happening.
Did you try to bribe Paul to see if he could like somehow sneak that out? Like,
I did.
No.
He didn't go for it. I tried. No, it's super cool. They're talking about what?
Paul somehow has a case of the stadiums. He'll break them out in 6 months. Like, oh, sup, dog? I happen to have these. Collect
If he's got a case of stadiums, he won't have a case of stadiums for long.
That stadium is really neat. I'm pretty sure it's just a prop, but
it's not a toy. Yeah, it's just a prop.
No,
they're not going to sell it, but it's for the Gold Rush games, which is this year's theme. I guess it's tying into the Olympics, but it's how you get all the gold BotBots. They're really cool.
But let's be serious about the stadium for a second. Like the close-up pictures, like the finish on that thing is not great, which means that if you actually put some time into building like your own display, just having a display like that would make your BotBots look that much cooler.
Yeah,
Christian.
I like my ladders and stuff over here, but I'm reconsidering now.
Well, you're going to have, suited up, you're going to have like 600 BotBots. You're going to need multiple ways to display them. Can't just do one.
I figured I'm getting more of these ladders. I can build one more layer up, and then over my door frame, and then down the wall behind me.
I mean,
is there a piece of sushi? Sorry. I'm like on another page.
We should actually talk about the toys.
Sorry, I'm looking at the pictures right now, and there apparently is a piece of sushi. One of the BotBots is sushi.
Yeah, there's a shrimp sushi that like you open them up and there's a dragon inside.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one that's a box of Chinese takeout. It looks
right there.
Right there?
That one. That's the one.
Oh, well, there you go, Christian. You already have him, so what do you know?
It's old news, Lucas. So what we found out really from ToyFair is that not only will there be Season 5, which is this one, but Series 6 is coming.
That's exciting.
It's awesome, because we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Really, 1, 2, 3 in totality last year. 4 kind of leaked out towards the end. Mm-hmm. So this year will be 4, 5, and 6.
And then we have the gumball machine, the crane machine, the toilet, and
the treasure chest. The toilet and the treasure chest are the new surprise unboxing packs.
Sweet.
Was the toilet revealed at ToyFair? Because that thing needs to be the new wallpaper of my entire house. That thing is amazing. It goes with a freaking plunger to pull it out.
Oh yeah.
And it is amazing.
The other two surprise unboxing packs, the crane came and the gumball machine, were very, very fun packages. And you guys know that I like packaging a lot. But those were really fun to do. I mean, I think if I were a kid, I would love getting those. They're expensive for what they are. They come with a bunch of stickers instead of a bunch of BotBots, but they're fun.
But it's all part of the play pattern, a lot of the fun. These are Shopkins for Transformers collectors. It's opening them up, having that surprise, the reveal, it's part of the fun. And the packaging, I think they're knocking it out of the park with these fun new ways to get it all open.
Yep. And while we're here, just proving that Series 4 was not an anomaly. Series 5 continues the trend of the removed opening surprise flap. That's due to in-store shrinkage. People stealing BotBots out of the blind packs, so now you can't.
Well, I mean, you still can, but you got to put a lot more effort into it. Don't do it. Don't be
I'm kind of surprised with the BotBots. Like, I'm surprised that they didn't decide to go with blind bags instead of the packaging that they go with. Like, it seems like that would be cheaper for them to do.
Yeah, but I think that shows their commitment to making this fun. I mean, opening those flaps was like surprise. It was really great. So I think if they switched now, even after removing the flap, it would kind of make things bad. Different.
And
too
from different. from a like sales perspective, I feel like those blind bag figures in a lot of the department stores are really getting lost on like lower shelves. They'll like just open the box, put it on a lower shelf, and you won't really see it. But these get a peg, and therefore there they are. So I think it's a better sales strategy, even if it like made prices higher, which it doesn't, because they're like some of the lower price blind bag figures that are on the shelves. Blind package, not bag. They're not bags.
Rodimus Supreme in the chat says thievery and thieves will be beaten on site. I'll help.
Thank you, Rodimus Supreme. If you find somebody and you beat them on site for that, take pics. We'll post it up on our site.
So,
And make sure to
is there
link
like
the
a
item
little
to the
mini
ground.
skull one now, Christian?
I think that's a 6.
Is that
Unless
6?
It's a 5 that I don't know about.
I'm
Which is
just
possible,
looking
'cause
at
all we
one of
have
the
of 5 right now,
pictures.
we have blind packs that came out in Britain, and then we have 5 packs that are kind of trickling out on the West Coast or at our good pal Collecticon Toys.
Gotcha.
So
This is-
I don't know a lot about Series 5 yet. We don't know.
This is all way too ahead of me. I just got my bakery bites.
That's not true. Is it true?
I just got the last.
Kind of true.
It's kind of
Yeah.
true. I just got my last set that I need.
Yeah.
Yeah, BotBots. Yeah, not a ton revealed. They didn't spend any time on it in the 2.5 hour long presentation, which was unfortunate. I really thought that they should show BotBots. I mean, they're continuing to support. I mean, they gave it another year, and little lines like this don't usually last this long. So BotBots must be doing well enough to have earned a second year. So I would have liked to have seen more representation from them.
Yeah, we did get a reflector in the BotBots as well, it looks like. Did you see that?
Uh-oh. That's cool though.
What happened to
I'm
Christian?
always pro
Oh, okay, well there you go. Alright.
I BotBots are
It's
cool.
not actually reflector, but he's reflector colored, and he has a scary, scary eye.
Yeah. So would you like to see more that are colored like actual Transformers, or do you want to keep that out of...
I'd kind of rather BotBots continue to be their own thing.
Yeah.
And that's definitely not reflector. Like, it absolutely isn't. But
Right.
also, if you wanted to transform into camera mode and give it to your masterpiece Megatron, maybe it could be.
I think it's an
Yeah, it's-
opportunity for like a selects type thing. Like they could just like repaint, a handful of them in Transformers colors.
I would do it.
Right.
Like just the alt
This
modes,
is
not
one-
like the bot modes.
So at the end of
Right.
Series 5, there'll be 345 BotBots. This is one G1
Right.
homage in 345. I'm cool with that. As long as it doesn't start taking over the line, whatever. Have a couple. It'll be fun.
I think that's where I'm at. I don't want if they do it, it would be fun to have little appliance-y toaster from Gen 1 from the UK comic would be fantastic. Yeah, he's Blaster's brother for those who don't know.
Carmen too.
Thank you. And so that would be a fun nod, something neat, but I don't want it to take over the line like Christian said.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair.
Alright, well, we'll go ahead and go on to Studio Series here.
Woo!
So, Studio Series, so first off, Blitzwing looks pretty darn good for a Voyager.
Pretty
Quite
darn good.
Pretty.
Yeah, I realized I just like that design. Like, I was
Yeah.
right on the edge of buying the 3A figure. Like, I really considered it. I shouldn't, because I shouldn't spend that much money on single items. Like, that shouldn't happen. But I do desire it. And I think that this will allow me to buy a version of the design and not buy the 3A figure, which is better.
Yeah, I mean, the 3A one is in its own stratosphere. I mean, it looks so
It is.
good
It
and
is nice.
accurate
It's
to
really
the model.
good. I love it. I just don't need to be spending, what is it, like $180? I just don't need to be spending $180 on a character that was in 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Design. Looks like
It looks
a cool
good
toy.
though. It looks good, and I think it looks like a solid figure. So I mean that's what I feel like. Some of the Studio Series that I get just don't feel as solid to me, just because there's so many parts to them. But this one seems pretty solid.
Yeah, it looks really good. I think it's gonna be in that because I bought what's his name the jet guy from the movie before that.
Boss.
Right, the person that was repainted of. Yeah, I bought that and what is it? Nitro Zeus. That was his name.
Yeah.
Yes. I got that one and I really like it. So I think the Blisswing's going to be one of those just like that where it's just like this random studio series that Anna just happens to own. Because it's cool.
So next I'm showing off Cliff Jumper, which looks really good to me as well. I don't know about you guys.
I like it.
Neat. People are saying he's a heavy retool or at least engineering sharing mold with World War II Bumblebee and Hot Rod.
Really?
I can see it. The legs look kind of similar. The weapon looks identical, so maybe.
If it is, I mean,
it's totally different.
I think it looks good. I totally can't see them doing a head swap and releasing it in yellow. No?
Maybe. Studio Series is really hesitant on repaints. Have you noticed that?
They give them time.
Yeah.
There's not many, and all of them are Bumblebee.
But they've done what are we up to now? I mean, it's like 60 or something like that. Like,
yeah.
I can't remember what number we're up to. Something like that.
Yeah, we're in the low 60s right now.
Yeah. But I don't know. I personally, for me, like, I like these movie designs. Like, I think the ones where, like, they kind of homage G1 a little bit, but they're new and all that. Like, and I really hope that whatever our next movie is, that's what they give us, rather than, like, the Michael Bay, whatever he gave us.
I agree with you. And I think that this is cool because it's one of the first Movieverse figures to have, like, a really normal-looking face. Like, he had a more humanoid face, and that makes me happy. Because it's the faces that really bother me on the Bayverse designs. The monster faces I know that it's a bit of a stretch, like, they're supposed to be robots, not people, but it dehumanizes them. It makes it a little harder to connect with them.
They're not just robots, they're alien robots, and they're bad guy alien robots, the bad guys. So they gotta look like bugs like this, like...
I've always liked people bad guys.
People can be bad guys too.
It's true, that's right.
So going on to the Top Spin, he looks pretty good too.
Yay, Top Spin.
And he comes with like a ton of weapons as well, which is kind of fun.
As needed.
And he's got a weaponized vehicle mode.
Yep.
Right? I'm not wrong about that?
Sure.
Right, so he's got weaponized vehicle mode. So does Roadbuster. And we've got a listing for Leadfoot. Will Leadfoot also be weaponized? If they want to follow the trend from Dark of the Moon, no, he won't be. Hopefully they break that. Yeah, there's never been a set of wreckers that were either all weaponized or all standard modes in one size class. Never. Never ever has that happened.
I mean, it's not exactly breaking my heart that it hasn't happened because Bayverse wreckers. But
you shut your mouth. The Bayverse wreckers are great.
You say so, and
but
I support your opinion.
I just wish they would have actually had a part in the movie so I could care.
Look, I love them. I was into racing them though. So
the designs are super cool. Like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so we glad for Top Spin. He looks great. Unclear whether or not he'll have the Lowe's logos and stuff, but I'm sure if he doesn't, Reaper Labels will help us out with that.
I'm sure.
Weird that we didn't see Leadfoot, but there's a couple of things we didn't see at ToyFair, so I'm not super concerned just yet.
And then Alpha Trion.
Who?
Or not Alpha Trion. Alpha. What the heck's the guy's name?
Sentinel Prime.
Thank you.
Sentinel Prime?
Sorry, I had a brain fart.
Dope.
He does.
So good.
He looks really good too.
The Fire Guts Alpha Trion.
See, Christian, I totally am interested in a few of these. Like, I have always liked Sentinel Prime because he was Nimoy Prime, and he amused me. And I kind of want a good one. My only version of Sizzle Prime right now is the Creo kit. So I have
that
this
shouldn't
giant
count.
blocky thingy. Well, it counts because it exists.
I'll have to talk to you later about how he amused you. Because that seems to be the inappropriate reaction to that character. We'll chat later. So Sentinel looks good. He looks very awesome in his fire truck mode. He's got his double sword. It looks like it's got some paint on it. And his head sculpt looks nice. He's got he's got like a wire that goes on his chest. It's like a monocle or like a pocket watch. So he's got something. He's got that thing, which none of the other toys have had yet. So yay for whatever that is actually supposed to be.
He's cool. He's just a Voyager, right?
Yep.
It's just a Voyager.
Yep.
Which is fine because Optimus and Megatron so far have been Voyagers.
Right.
Well, Dark of the Moon Megatron is actually a leader, but the lines are kind of blurry for Voyagers and leaders in Studio Series.
And then we have, what is it, Soundwave? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the satellite one.
Yeah, Satellite Soundwave.
That looks awful.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
I just don't think that was ever a design. I get it. Like, all robots in the movies eventually get toys. Is like that's a creed that is helpful because everybody's favorite theme will be represented eventually. But at the same time, I just don't think that was ever a design that needed a toy.
The original
We had that
toy was
pre-release figure; it was fine. Yeah.
We need
Sergio
to
has
have
a theory.
Oh, go ahead.
That he has a theory that this is a pre-tool for one of the Knight figures in The Last Knight.
I totally see that.
You know, take the panels off, put some dragon bits on, you got yourself a steel bane or something. So that's where he's looking. Because, I mean, if you wanted to make a satellite Soundwave, you'd probably start with the Revenge of the Fallen toy. This looks nothing like that. He does come with a full stand to facilitate that, which is very nice, but... Ugh.
Where are his
Where's what?
Where are his tentacles?
We already got a cool car mode Soundwave, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was actually a good figure.
And he came with Laserbeak, so when people were digging up this listing, they were hoping that the Revenge of the Fallen would come with Ravage. That did not come to pass.
The original toy came with Ravage, right?
Technically, yes.
Came with a little...
The missile was named Ravage.
So we're missing Ravage and we're missing Frenzy, right?
Frenzy is the only character missing from the 07 movie. It should have come with Megatron in the last wave, the Voyager Megatron. But I remember, my theory is that they're going to have some sort of battle pack with Bumblebee with a regular face, I guess a barricade, and then Sam, Michaela, and Frenzy. It's tiny figures. We got Parachute Guy, already the best figure in the line, so they can do humans.
So, Rodimus Supreme in the chat is talking about doing a bunch of Voyager Knights and combining them into Dragonstorm. Do you think that we will see that after Devastator? It seems like that's been very popular as a combiner. Could you see that as our next combiner?
Do I want to see it? Yes. Do I think we will actually see it? No.
It definitely won't be 13. Although they made 8 for Devastator, I don't know. I guess it's possible. Last few years, Hasbro's been pushing what we thought was possible a lot. So, maybe. I don't see it, but it doesn't mean it will happen.
Maybe they could just release the same figure over and over and just have it vaguely turn into a dragon if you peg it together.
I mean, as all Michael Bay designs really are, just a bunch of vague, junk, so...
Yeah, it's a good idea. I would like to see a big old combining Dragonstorm, sure.
So,
good idea.
So I guess, lastly, Devastator. So, how excited are you for this, Christian?
Very excited. I mean, we got 3 new Devastator parts shown. We had Overload, Scrapper, who are the new molds you need, and then Skipjack to make him accurate. Peter's making a face.
Pre-order now on Target.com with that poorly priced error price Overload.
Error price Overload. He's 30 instead of 50. Go get him.
Go get him, and it's buy one, get one half off. It's the BOGO time at Target.
With his 4 claw hands, he's great. He looks so good. Love him. Yeah, Skipjack is Yellow Rampage, so you can make him be super accurate. For me, it's a good way to start the repaints of the Constructicons, because I said this on our Studio Series show about them a couple weeks ago. I really like them as individual robots. They look cool, they're fun to mess around with, so if I could have one as Devastator and a set of repaints as not Devastator, that would be really great.
Such a monetary investment. Makes me tired thinking about it.
I mean, you know, some of us may have spent more yesterday than what Devastator costs, so...
Several times over.
You know. Yeah.
Some people.
What else were we missing from Studio Series? We were missing Leadfoot, and I think there was another one we were missing. Surge would be better. He was supposed to be on the show, but he had to go get breakfast.
Where's my Canopy figure?
No one wants a Canopy figure.
I want to get
Series.
Hey, Christian, if you could tell Surge that we were on at noon, like, that is past breakfast time. That's lunchtime.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So, Paladin in the chat was saying that we're missing Hound, Crosshairs, Jolt, Dino, Q, Skids, Mudflap, Dragonstorm, a proper Hot Rod, the rest of the Dinobots, Day Trader, and a bunch of background characters.
Holy crap, it's on it. Great list.
He's very on it.
Quite the
Good
list.
I meant as far as stuff we'd seen like listed. But yes, Paladin is right. We're missing still several waves worth of characters.
It's true.
The Studio Series will go on for a while. And I think it'll encompass the next couple movies. Beast
I think
Force
so.
thing,
Might as well.
Bumblebee 2.
Yeah, I'm curious when they
great.
release a new movie if they'll do the same strategy they did with Bumblebee, where the regular movie toys are just kids' toys, and then they like all the collector figures are released in Studio Series.
It would make
I
sense.
think probably.
Yeah.
It seemed to work okay last time.
Okay. All right, so I think that is all the Studio Series pictures, so I guess, and we went through the War for Cybertron already, so now we're just down to Earthrise.
One last topic.
Yay!
The main event.
So, I guess we'll just go through the pictures as they appear if you want to do that. So the first is we have this 4-pack of tapes.
Oh, yeah. And that
I'm
was
pretty
almost
sure
an actual reveal, right? Because
It was.
Yep.
we knew it was coming as a tape pack, but we didn't know exactly who was in it yet. Maybe some people knew. Looks like
Although
Peter Space knew.
Some visionary knew or thought that maybe Knock and Scar could indeed be tapes.
And look, there they are.
There they are.
So I'm curious if do you think that they'll do another tape pack that includes the other molds, the Ravage and the Laserbeak, or do you think that like this is all we're going to get?
Gargoyle and Halbech.
Well, we still need a buzzsaw.
Right.
I mean, before we get to Gargoyle and Halbach, we need a buzzsaw. Don't count them out yet. Don't count them out.
Make another 4-pack. Gargoyle, Halbach, Buzzsaw, and
Enemy.
Rob, of course the tapes are already sold out. Like, why wouldn't they be? It's like the best thing.
Yep, so Knock and Scar are supposed to go with Doubledealer, who we'll talk about, but they weren't tapes originally. They were square originally, so it works out.
Yeah, it's totally fine. They have a way to play in them, so that's like there's spots for them on the figure, so that's cool.
Are the blue humanoid, who I choose to believe is Frenzy, and Anna's pronunciation Nemesis.
Oh, you're so mean.
I am mean.
You also use the wrong name for Rumble, but I'll forgive you.
It's the blue one.
So I guess in the chat they're talking about Scorponok, which I guess is, I'm trying to like go through to see what pictures we got of Scorponok, because that figure is just absolutely incredible.
It looks awesome. But he will pinch you, and it will be over for you.
So here's my question in general. Do you think that this is going to be the best Titan? Because like I felt like the Omega Supreme one that came out may have been the best one just based on quality and all that type of thing with the ratchets and whatnot. But this one, like, it looks so G1 accurate. Like, they have so many little Easter eggs in there too. And I mean, just all three modes that they have just look just incredible.
We'll see. It could be a contender.
Oh, Peter, what's wrong?
The feet have color issues for me, and I miss the lack of chrome claw covers, and I'm just nitpicky, and I'm a child. So
I was mentioning
Peter,
about
what do
the
you think
lack
about
of
Double
chrome
Xerax?
too, and Peter, or not Peter, Christian and Anna were like poo-pooing me for that. So
We do.
how about those
it's-
ankles though?
It's a good toy. It looks neat. It's a big Scorponok, and honestly, like as far as like things I would like to have in my room, like years ago before they started doing these Titans, Scorponok would have been top on the list. That's one of those G1 figures I've never been able to talk myself into buying, and therefore I've wanted one in my room forever. So this is cool to me. Like I'm really excited for it.
see,
Peter, what do you think about Double Xerac?
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Is it? I like Double Xerac. I mean, they can't make a regular size Headmaster be that thing without the giant helmet.
Right.
So I think Double Xerac is a good compromise for that.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the way this figure looks for the most part. I'm just being nitpicky on the color on the feet, and it's like a couple of panels that are off for me, but that's whatever. I am a cartoon kid, but I'm also more so a Marvel kid when it comes to my Gen 1 Transformers, and Scorponok is not a Titan. For me, in the cartoon, yes, he's a Titan, great. And they addressed it in the comic book why Fortress Maximus is two different sizes and blah, 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 blah. And, when they added Cerebros, they constructed Cerebros on the Steel Haven on the way back from Nebulos, on the way to Earth to issue 38 or whatever it was. But Scorponok was always just a Voyager-ish class. He was a leader-sized dude, big dude. So I already have one of those. I made one of those, and then BotCon made the same figure worse than mine. So this Scorponok is great. Do I need it? Yeah. Do I want it? Am I going to complain? Always.
The thing I think is that the base. Let me see if I can find the pictures of the base mode. I think the base mode is really neat. So it's like if you don't want it as a Scorponok character, I think that if you instead just put it in base mode and there you are.
You could call it Hive City Scorponok or something and have the BotCon Scorponok or custom Scorponok hanging out with it, or just have it as a.
That's what that was called.
Like
It's not what it's called.
I've
been using it
made from Hive City.
But it's
I've been using. I was just gonna say I've been using the Iron Factory Scorponok to be the little Scorponok for a long time now. So I think I told myself that was gonna be my only Scorponok, and then this big one came out, and it's great. So I'm gonna have it too.
You lied to
I
yourself.
lied to myself, but I've separated them as two different people, so therefore it's okay to have both.
Okay, but
So
justification.
rationalizing, yeah, my brain feels good.
So Peter, the thing about this that I really love compared to the Fort Max, right? I think that the Hasbro Fort Max, it looks neat. It looks neat in bot mode, right? But it's so lazy. The transformation is so lazy. It's like you just, spread out the legs and, whatever. I just do not like that figure at all because I don't think that they really did much with it. I think all the other Titans, if you look at, Metroplex was pretty good, decent as far as the base mode and whatnot. The Trypticon was as well, and I think that this is kind of the same way where they actually tried to put in all of these different parts of the G1 toy, but it's all integrated into one. So I mean, other than the fast track that's separate or whatever, that you don't have 1,000 pieces to lose like you would on the G1 toy that makes it extremely valuable. So.
Oh, I'm not denying it's a fantastic figure. This design is great. I'm super excited for it. Getting the DLC from Fast Track, I call the extra little dudes that they're making you buy at other normal retail spots DLC. Getting Fast Track as DLC is great. I hope we get Black Rarichi when they do the eventual, and I hope we get an eventual Black Zarak. Exactly. Cross those fingers.
My
I think it's great.
Thinks that you would not see Black Xerac. If he could think, if he were real.
And that's why I'm buying this one. That's why I want this one, is because I have been convinced there probably won't be a Black Xerac, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it.
Thinks there might be.
I mean, there might be.
Exactly.
But like, you don't want to count on it. So, Peter in the chat, they're saying that if you don't like Scorponok, you could just not buy it.
And then I replied with "buy everything" with a hashtag. So, I'm all over it. If they don't come out with a Black Zarak, you can go and buy that gigantic action mega whatever the heck it is Black Zarak that came out a few years ago. I think it came out in 2015, December-ish, late 2015. I have that. It's over here waiting to be replaced. But I have the Scorponok too, along with custom Scorponok and BotCon Scorponok and Generation 1 Scorponok. And so if I don't want something, I'm going to buy it anyway. Because, yeah, I'm getting this one. I actually have 3 on pre-order.
Well, there we are. So I guess the second most exciting figure is Skylynx, I'm assuming, right?
Skylynx is pretty exciting.
I need to complain about Skylynx.
Oh my goodness!
Oh no!
Guys,
Why?
It's a me thing. No, it's a Peter thing too. He knows what I'm complaining about. So Skylynx has a base mode, and it looks awesome. It looks really great and dedicated. Yay, base mode! But they described it as, what do they describe it as, Peter?
Rocket base. They said it's the zone rocket base. It's not rocket
base.
base. What the hell? They already came out with the countdown figure. They came out with the Omega Supreme. We need an actual rocket base. You can put Galaxy Shuttle on. Where's my Galaxy Shuttle? Why don't I have a rocket base?
Omega blue, and then it's a rocket base.
That's wrong. That's not how you do that.
It's wrong.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay then. So I think the base mode looks cool. So
Peter, you get it. The base mode
That was a lot of energy.
We're not saying the base mode is bad. It looks very good.
But it's not rocket base.
It's not a rocket base.
Yeah.
It's not even. It can be a rocket base. It's not rocket base. The rocket base.
Right.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Oh, here we go. Here's a backside of the rocket, and the backside even looks pretty good too. So I think that. The thing that's really cool about this, I mean, the Lynx actually looks really good too. I mean, it's somewhat amazing that these Commander class, like, I want to see more of this because for whatever reason, this $80 price point is like the sweet spot, to where like they just are releasing just fantastic figures. I mean, I think that this looks, I mean, it's not going to be as good as the Mastermind Creations one. But man, it looks pretty darn close, and it's a lot cheaper.
I don't know. Anna, you and I both talked about selling the MMC one, right?
I kind of like it more than the MMC one,
I like
honestly.
the MMC one too.
Like, I'll have to see it in person. I'll have to see it in person before I decide. So Lucas will buy it. I will look at his. Then I will decide what I'm doing.
I'm not buying that back, man. The whole reason that I sold that to you was
the Skylynx.
Oh, the Sky. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to buy that. I'm going to look at yours, absolutely. And then I'll decide what I'm doing afterwards.
You know, I could do what I did last year, and I sold Phoenix when they announced Commander Class Jetfire. Do not regret that at all. So maybe someone will want to buy mine.
I'll have no problem selling the MMC Skylynx if I have to. Like, that's not going to be a problem.
I'm not selling my MMC Skylynx or Inventa Magna. I already had a plan just in case, because I might have had an idea or guessed that there would be a Skylynx coming in the Commander class, and I didn't know what it was going to look like, and it ended up blowing my expectations out of the water. So good on Hasbro for that. That just means that my Skylynx from MMC is going to get moved over to the Legends class because he scales better with the Legends dudes anyway, and he's just Legends Skylynx. Problem solved. Buy everything.
That's where mine is, or where mine was, but I'm just out of room. Like, I literally, the biggest request I have for Hasbro right now is to allow me to get a discount on some sort of interior decorator to come and rebuild my display room so that I have room for more Titans and the Skylynx and everything else.
And I think the key for both you and I is that we just need to get larger display rooms.
I have a whole room. This is a bedroom.
A second house.
No, I know, but see, I think that like what Rick has, I can't remember how many square feet his basement is, right? But then the funny thing is, what's that?
2,200.
Yeah, 2200 square feet. But here's the
That's
funny
my
thing,
whole
though,
house.
is that like Rob has his area. I think it takes up his basement, right? And he's filled it up and had space issues, right? Like we've both filled ours up, and then Rick has like 2,000 square feet and filled his up. So I think, like, you know, for whatever reason, us as Transformer toy collectors, that we will always just fill up whatever space is available to us. So yeah.
Yeah, and I worry about that. So that's why I'm not asking for more space. Like, I'm not... Because I also have a pretty large shelf in my basement. Like, it is not just this room.
True.
See, but this plays into the whole narrative of Transformers as a whole. Anyway, you know, the Transformers, they inhabit this small space, and then you get to be so many of them. Then a civil war starts as to which ones you're going to keep and which ones you're not going to keep. And there's an exodus, and some of them move out to a different area. You get that new room, you get that new house, you get that storage space, whatever. And then they start filling up over there, and there's new battles, new adventures, new things to follow. It's good.
Wow, that's a meta narrative. I like it.
So would you say that those are nails then?
The nanolines?
Yeah, the ones that decide not to battle, that
Yeah,
are
they just
temporarily
flee.
in storage. They're fleeing into
They're the nails.
storage, and then
Perfect.
they'll come back after you have more space.
The plan is always to come back. Once everything's settled down, come back.
There you go. So
Perfect.
one thing that's cool about the Skylinks is they have a NASA logo on it, which I thought was pretty neat too.
Yeah, it's nice.
I thought it was
It's not
cool to
only
It's a
on
actually.
little more
Skylinks,
real.
though. Did you guys check it out on Blastmaster and Phaser?
Yeah, I saw that too.
I think that's really great. I'm a huge NASA fan, so.
Let's see, which one do we want to talk about next?
Is that Galaxy Shuttle?
No, this is a Matchbox thing I bought. It says NASA on the side. I don't know. It's pretty neat. It opens up. It does something. I might have had a plan to cut it in to make it into something else.
Are you winking behind your cool sunglasses again?
Absolutely. If I make that face, it's probably me winking.
Nice. I'm gonna get that instead as my phone background.
Yeah,
So yeah, what's next?
I'm curious, in general, like, do you think that they're actually going to give more Unicron trilogy or other stuff that's not G1 at some point as well?
I hope so. We didn't see them. Oh, Peter says yes, so that's a good sign.
Agonizing nods. Just as emphatic and enthusiastic as possible.
I
I
suggest that
think
we
we
go
should.
backwards to the size classes and we do the leader next. That's my suggestion. Does that make sense?
The Doubledealer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that because we were talking about Cybertron stuff, Anna?
Huh?
Is that because we were talking about Cybertron stuff?
No, because I like to organize things.
Oh,
Very
okay.
simply.
I think this double
So-
dealer is going to turn into Cybertron Defense Red Alert.
Okay. There's a lot of, like, things that this could turn into. They could
I
remold
think
it
it could
into.
too.
Machine War Soundwave, Stalker, Cybertron Defense Red Alert.
Can
Yeah,
they
they did
call
that.
the Transformers Stalker in this day and age? Probably not, right?
They'll probably call him Predator Stalker or Stalker Predator or something like that.
Just Predator.
Now imagine with your idea of repainting it into Cybertron Defense, if they change the head where it's actually like an Armada Laserbeak head, so it can be like kind of double dealing.
I love that idea. I don't know how you would make it orange, but
It wouldn't be orange. That would be the problem. It
I
wouldn't
do
be
like
orange.
the head idea. Oh, I'm with you. Oh, I want that so bad. Why'd you introduce this to me?
Oh, and then they can do the convention redeco orange double dealer with the laser beak head, so everyone's having a convention exclusive
No.
Armada
Oh,
laser
Peter,
beak.
no, Peter, you know what it is?
It's a ghost
Power
trap?
Link's Red Alert. Power Link's Red Alert was orange.
He was. Oh, I like that.
He
Okay, you
was.
fixed it. You saved the day.
I fixed it.
Do we think that we're going to see a Desaurus remold
Yes.
from this? That would be cool.
Roll it from this. I can see some cues in there at the chest. I can see the chest. I can see you can have the cat type breast partner come out where the double dealer knock or scar goes. The legs fold up just like Desaurus. The arms fold back in a way that would be, all joined.
What up?
Oh god.
Paul! What's going on,
The
man?
Innovator.
Sick glasses, Peter. That looks awesome. I am leaving the ToyFair.
Are you reporting live from ToyFair 2020?
Yeah, reporting live in 2020. Looking at a giant NBA Jam arcade machine, which is people are playing it.
Nice.
It's a spectacle. But the weather's nice in New York, and it's perfectly great to walk around outside without a... So what are you guys talking about? Is it okay that I jumped in?
We're wrapping up. Well, we're in Earthrise.
Yeah,
we're
so
finishing.
we're close.
With Doubledealer right now.
Oh, cool. You guys saw that the cassettes go in his chest and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We're wondering if there's going to be eventual breastmasters from that.
Yeah, maybe. That would be cool. Well, I didn't want to... I mean, you can continue the conversation if you don't mind me just jumping in.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, we can just include you in.
Yay!
I don't have
maybe you could, like...
Do you have a
maybe
video
you could, like,
going?
Push to talk, though?
No, you don't.
Because there's a lot of noise on your side.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Paul.
Thanks,
Thank you, Paul.
Is that better?
That was better.
Yeah, that's better.
1,000,000%. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
The Doubledealer itself, or himself, he does transform in 3 different ways. He's got his vulture mode, he's got his missile truck mode, and the missile truck mode does have deployable legs to make him part of the... What was the thing called? Combat was the weapons. What is this thing called, Peter? Where they all do the ramps?
What? Ramp
It has
master.
names. Okay, ramp master. He can ramp master. And then he's, of course, a cool robot mode. So it's the first triple changing Doubledealer we've had since G1.
Yep, great.
It's the first appropriately triple changing Doubledealer we've had since G1, because we had the Doubledealer that came out from Generations Thrilling 30 or whatever. That was from the Blitzwing mold, so we had a tank and a jet and a robot mode.
That did triple change, didn't it?
Yeah. But it's not right triple changing. It's bad triple changing. It's wrong.
That was a repaint of Blitzwing, right?
Yeah.
He was okay.
So I'm
I
just
would
going to
have
be
been fine
honest.
with him forever without this one. But this one is way better.
I'm just going to...
Oh, sorry, go on.
I'm going to be honest.
I'm going to try to say the same sentence 4 times. I'm just going to be honest on this. Like, I think that this is something that I don't normally say on this show out loud because I don't want to be attacked, but I'm not really a G1er. Like, I'm not really, like, after G1 accuracy so much. And I just don't like this figure. Like, it does not appeal to me because it's so blocky. When I looked at it, I was like, oh no, have I gone back in time and gone back to Energon? Oh no, I want to go back.
Pull Energon to this? Oh.
So I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. You can have your opinions.
Yeah.
Even if
There's
they're
no
wrong.
reason.
It's okay.
To be sorry. I
No, he's really blocky. I am actually a bit put off by it. It's a G1 dude. It does what it needs to do, so I'm okay with it. But yes, it's very blocky.
Yeah.
So, Paul, I have a question. For like, did you see Doubledealer on the floor, like in the display?
Yeah, he was pretty much just in the big diorama.
So my question is, did he pretty much look Voyager size, or did he look leader?
I mean, he's definitely leader class, but he's maybe in between. He's not as like it's not as much of a blatant Voyager in a leader box as like Shockwave, I'd say.
So it's
He
kind of more like
obviously has a
Ultra
huge
Magnus,
part,
maybe.
yeah.
Agreed. The coolest thing about Doubledealer is we got his Power Masters as cassettes, which is weird, but it's really neat.
No, I like that. I like that part.
I think that's my biggest criticism of Doubledealer is that his Power Master partners are cassettes. I mean, they did an okay job with Scar, but I don't like that humanoid mode for Knock and Rumble and Frenzy or Frumble or Enemy or Nemesis or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a weird decision, but I tried to predict a lot of this stuff, and I was like, I didn't see that coming from a million miles away, so I was excited to be surprised. It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with it. I mean, Nock and Scar were rectangles in G1, so they can be rectangles now. It doesn't matter that much to me.
Iron's fine. I just don't like the blocky man. I like his friends. I'll have his friends. I probably won't have him.
Yeah, I'd say he looks a little messy, at worst, but it's a weird boutique-y character that we don't get very often, so I'm
Right.
fine
I
with
agree.
it. And he's supposed to be a mercenary, not an Autobot or a Decepticon.
In the Generation 1 toy canon, he was a mercenary. It said mercenary on the poster, and yeah. So
We'll come back to mercenaries in a second.
All right, so did we want to pick somebody else then, or who do we want to talk about next?
Well, we go down. We go to the Voyagers.
Okay,
What about
Snapdragon?
Double Crosser?
Who?
Who?
The Battle Master, the two-headed dude.
Oh, we're not there yet.
Oh, but that's the smallest.
Downside
We go last. We're
Great.
shrinking.
Okay,
So-
so
Snapdragon first, so I
Talk
can talk
about
about
Quintessons.
Snapdragon
Or
looks
other one.
freaking incredible.
Snapdragon does look incredible, but they announced him as part of the Mercenaries faction. Except his official name on the package is Decepticon Snapdragon. That shoots themselves in the foot. What the heck?
there were a few moments like that during the live stream where they were just saying stuff, and it was like, you guys, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Peter, I'm sure my brain melted just as much as yours when Ward couldn't figure out what a HorrorCon was. MonsterCon.
Yeah, I think
No.
we were like, because we were all watching it together in the chat, and just like screaming at it, hey, what are you doing?
That's how you know we're a bunch of super nerds.
Right, but at the same time, though,
live stream together and yelled at them for getting a name wrong.
at the same time, you're like doing this like huge live stream in front of like thousands of people. I can kind of see where you know, if you get nervous or whatever kind of thing, forget what you're going to say.
Yeah. Warden is really great at doing small group interviews or one-on-one interviews. He's a bit worse. He just is a bit not unstable. He gets nervous in crowds, and that's okay.
Gets flapped out a little bit. Yeah.
I literally would be the exact same way, so I'm not going to, you know.
Yeah, he probably doesn't do that much. Like, most of his job probably isn't public speaking.
Right. But beyond that, fine job. Snapdragon looks great. It looks like I was right that he's going to be backwards facing Apeface in vehicle mode because Christian's the best. But yeah, Snapdragon. He's great. I like him.
He looks good.
Buy him now. Oh, and Anna, you were excited about he doesn't have a T-Rex mode. What mode does he have?
He has a kaiju mode. That was really funny to me that they called it a kaiju mode instead of calling it a dragon since he's Snapdragon. It just made me laugh. It was like this pointless grab of Japanese for no good reason. It's fine, whatever.
Paul, do you have any cool things to say once you saw Snapdragon in person?
At first, I thought the Titan Master turned into the Dragon Head, but I inspected it a little closer, and they're doing it like Apeface, right, where it's kind of like a cover over top of the head. So the legs become a teeth. Become his teeth. I thought the jet mode looked awesome. The robot mode looked awesome, and the dragon is, about as good as you can expect.
Awesome.
I agree with that. The dragon is about as good as you can expect because when I saw the dragon, I was like, ugh. But it was okay. Like I still like it.
It does the thing, and I know I say that a lot, but it does the thing, and to me that's enough.
I'll hang out with my Apeface and be better because he's not made of stupid, ugly plastic like Apeface is.
I hate you. I like the Apeface plastic.
It seems like it's not.
Sorry, Paul, you go ahead.
Just the last little bit I was going to say is that it doesn't seem like he's a remold of Apeface, which everyone was kind of surmising. So that's cool too. It's like he's his own boy.
Maybe I am wrong.
That's funny because Christian just stated that he was a remold of Apeface.
It looks like backwards Apeface to me. But
Well, I mean, it could be. It looks so drastically different, and there's so much stuff going on, so much stuff to look at that you can't really make all those, very detail-oriented observations. So you might be right, but it looked to me like it was all new.
Yeah, you're right.
if you want to order a Snapdragon right now, he is on sale and on special at Target. He's marked down to $19.99 and buy one, get one half off. And if you want to get another one, the one you want to get a half off is our next figure we're going to talk about, the Quintessons Judge.
Oh man, it looks pretty cool.
It's interesting. It does look cool. In the Quintesson robot mode thingy, the classic look, it looks neat. I like it.
Yeah.
It's got all 5 faces of
right.
darkness.
And that's really all that matters, Anna, is that it makes that mode. So we don't care that, if the other mode is, looks a little bit weak.
Yeah, and they've alluded to it, but yeah, it does a base mode that has like a prison cell for a Micromaster or maybe a Battle Master. I wasn't clear on which one it was. And it's okay. It looks like the bare minimum they could do to break up the robot design and make it into a transformer. None of us will ever have it in that mode, but it's okay.
I mean, I think it's neat. It's like it's a thing you can do.
It's a fun internal reference.
Yeah. And it's what I've been asking for, really, for Voyager modulators or something. So that's a Voyager class figure that turns into a bit of a city playset thing. Technically, it accomplishes what I wanted. It's not how I envisioned it, but it does do it.
As a stingy person, I would probably have rather gotten one that didn't transform and just had a head spin, and it was like at a $20 price point instead of $30. But then again, on Target right now, it is $20.
Yeah, it's at
so
a $20 price point right now, Anna. So there you go.
It
kind of works out.
Price, so it's perfect.
And it's buy one get one half off. So yeah.
Right.
Any thoughts on Quintesson, Paul?
Nope.
He said no.
Okay.
No thoughts.
So,
Yeah, there isn't much to say about it.
Wait, did you guys summon me?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Quintesson?
Love them. I love them. I think they're so cool. I've been waiting to see Slitherfang for a while, so I was very happy to see him. Didn't expect him to be a Quintesson.
We're not there yet.
And,
We're just talking about the Voyager one, the one with the head spinnies.
Okay.
Here, let's talk about Slitherfang
cool.
since Paul wants to talk about him. How about that? I got the image brought up.
Organization.
So Slitherfang is up now, Paul. Slitherfang is up now, so you can talk about him.
Oh, I didn't. God, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even be here. I'm ruining the show.
That you're here.
No, it's fantastic, Paul. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you're live. You're live from
You seem really excited about Slitherfang, so what's up?
Yeah.
Did you see him in person? Did you like him?
Yeah. Well, the little guys, I love it when they make new characters.
Me too.
Amongst the tried and true stuff. So it's like if they're taking some swings with the Battle Masters, that's great. And I think that Slitherfang is really funny. I mean, he's a snake, and he turns into a ramp.
And he's based on an old Headmaster design.
He looks really cool too. I mean, that's the other thing. Like, I don't know, all these ramps. Like when we first saw Sound Barrier, I was like, okay, well, this looks kind of lame, right? Like the dude just lays down. But the later ones that have been leaked, and then the Slitherfang, like, I mean, they look legitimately cool to me.
Yeah, they're fine. They're cool.
Paul,
Yeah, I mean,
about
they're
Double
simple.
Crosser too, right?
Well, if I'm allowed to, yeah. I mean,
Go for it.
Actually, the more I think about it, that's really like a pretender, right? They like took that pretender guy and made him a Battle Master from the old G1 stuff.
Yeah, it's like Doubleheader.
Yeah,
It's not the right colors and it's not the right faction, but it looks like him.
I just was surprised by those things, and I thought they were cool.
They're cool.
I like Double Crosser's alt mode, his ramp mode, because it's a 4-way intersection, which is kind of a ramp we haven't gotten before.
That's right. Oh God, I got to go inside. There's too much. Rob's making fun of me for all the honking.
There is a lot of honking.
There is a fair amount.
So should we go
Well,
to
that's
the
New
last
York,
voyager?
baby.
Well, thanks, Paul, for joining us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I should probably split. Thanks, guys, for letting me at least interject. But
Yeah, good to talk to you, Paul.
all right, see ya.
See you later, friend.
Okay,
That was great.
yeah. Let's see.
Voyager
Voyager
one likes them?
Megatron. Is that the next one?
Yeah.
Yes.
I totally forgot that existed.
Oh
poop.
boy.
The end.
I
Next
really
toy.
did forget. I really, truly forgot. It's Siege Megatron again, everybody.
I think he looks good.
I think
Well, good, Peter.
Good.
Represent. Explain why.
I dig. Okay, you guys don't dig the Siege Megatron mold.
No.
It has its issues. I never opened one. I got one. My son has one, and I played with his, and I'm just like, yeah, this is pretty okay for an H tank. I guess I wish it were an Earth tank, and I wish it were, and I wish it were. Every criticism I had of that figure is addressed in the new one, it seems. So I'm excited to buy him one and then play with it and be like, yeah, I guess it's fine, piece of crap. Yeah. And give it back to him.
Good summary. Next toy.
I mean, I think that it's nice that I guess that we can get a Megatron without battle damage on it, so that's nice. I'm not sure about the head. My question is on this figure, because it's hard to tell. Like, is it painted or is it like is it silver gray? Like, I'm just having a hard time based on the pictures of like seeing how.
Looks like paint.
Okay. So, I mean, if we get a silver painted Megatron, like, I might, I don't know. I'll get it and I'll see what I think about it. The, like, giant parts former piece doesn't bother me, so I don't care about that. So I guess we'll see.
I hate those hands. The second I saw the way those hands looked, I was just out. I could not deal with that. They're just like
The hands could definitely be
chunks
better.
on blocks, and they leave giant holes in his arms, and it's just like there are better Megatrons. I'm moving on with my life.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is definitely not the best Megatron ever, so, but I think it remains to be seen on what it's going to be like, so.
I know you're trying to be optimistic. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot.
Well, I'm trying to be optimistic because this is what I collect, so, it's like, I don't have, obviously it's not outdoing MP36. Like, as much as...
You don't want to go to the store and intentionally buy something you think is bad, right? Like, that doesn't feel good.
I mean, as much as I I give Rob all this hard time about, the Siege figures being just as good as Masterpiece and whatever, like, I think MP36, is probably better than this one, so.
Yeah.
it's what I collect too. I think this one looks bad. I'll be skipping it.
Woo, good job, Christian. I'm proud of you.
I'll see.
I skip things all the time.
I know, but I'm always proud of you when you do it. It's healthy.
Thanks. Your support means a lot to me.
I'm glad.
What other Voyagers did we hit
That
all
was
the
That
Voyagers?
was it, right?
There's only 3 of them.
Yep.
Okay. So
Now we're to the meat and the potatoes.
Three so far.
do we want to talk about the Alicons first, or
Sure, great.
Sure.
Robot mode. Robot mode looks really cool.
Yeah, look at that
That's
robot
like a
mode,
lot.
Peter. That looks pretty darn good.
It's a great robot mode. The robot mode is good.
Oh no. Peter's gonna show off some third-party nonsense.
Hey, third-party nonsense is what life's all about.
Look at him. Look at how much third-party nonsense he's getting out of there. It's so much.
I'm curious if anyone took pictures of the back of this thing. Let's see. They probably put it in a way to where you absolutely couldn't actually get to the back.
The back of the bot or the back of the beast mode?
The back of the beast mode.
The back.
Hiding the back of that Hasbro version is probably a requirement. Just need to put a cloak over
I saw
thing.
it in the stock images. It didn't look like it had a tail, but it does in fact have it. It looks fine.
I think it's just
Arms-
mistransformed. Yeah,
It
go ahead.
is. Yeah. So in both modes, we got arms from the other mode hanging out the back or hanging out the side, and it's weird looking. But like Peter said, I think it's mistransformed. You could probably pack it in a little bit better. So he's showing off Corbot Mugger and Impossible Toys, whatever, right? No, just Corbot Muggers. My face is above that side of your screen.
Okay, no, yeah, they're both Corbot Muggers. I just have them in both modes. I've got multiples of these. I picked them up for a song in Toronto, and they're fantastic. I have the Impossible Toys one, but it's more Gen 1 scaly and appearance. So, and both of those figures, both the Impossible Toys one, which was designed by Azim from Renderform, and the Corbot B Mugger, which is designed by Jesslyn, who does some stuff with MMC. They're both far superior to the Hasbro effort, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that looks way cooler.
So
Yeah,
honestly,
I like
my biggest complaint or whatever on this new one is the fact that the hands don't actually fold in. As far as like on the back, like, you know, when it's in the beast mode or whatever, right? Like, why didn't they make it so that you could just fold the hands in? I think that I would be kind of okay with it if it could do that. But the fact that the hands are just freaking like sitting out there, it just annoys me.
Yeah, the robot mode hands are just out, and then the beast mode arms are just hanging. It looks like a mess. It looks like a half thought through. I mean, we're getting some really great stuff. And if we have to sacrifice, I wish we hadn't sacrificed this one to be the one that sucks. But if we have to sacrifice one to get the other cool stuff that we're getting in this line, then I'm okay with it. Especially when we have, you know.
Well, the thing that kind of sucks though is that like there hasn't, you know, it's not like that they're making these constantly, right? So like this is going to be the only one we get more than likely,
right?
So that's the thing that kind of sucks is
three different varieties of Cybertron in the past couple years.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So, but yeah, I don't know. Oh well. All right.
It's fine. It definitely should be better, but I think it's ultimately fine.
It should be better.
It'll be fine, I guess. So do we want to talk about Smokescreen or we want to talk about RC?
Smokescreen.
I'd rather talk about RC first because
Okay.
I think she's weaker. So let's get her out of the way.
Okay, sounds
Peter, what
good.
do you think about RC?
I'm gonna have so much to say about it.
I don't have a lot of thought on RC. Nothing positive, so have at it.
Talk fast
her
like
up.
you.
Talk her up.
Peter. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, I don't like the Generations RC, the Throwing 30, whatever she is. I've never liked that figure. I find the configuration of the neck and chest together just makes an ugly looking figure. I thought the face looked dead. I didn't like the toy. I got rid of it years ago. I have the Chun-Li repaint, which actually plays better with the figure because it has good paint, and that's my feelings on that thing. However, that figure is like pretty much a Transformer, right? And the animated RC and the Cyberverse RC are both Transformers. This is barely a Transformer, this new one. Like, it is a cool G1 RC action figure inside of a shell that part of the shell comes off and does not make a hoverboard.
It's half a shell. It's not even a full shell former. It's half shell former, half
You can have the whole shell on her. There are pictures.
There are pictures,
of the whole shell
but you have to
which makes it look terrible.
Pull it off, transform it, and plug it back on. That's just...
Wait, so if it's a half shell Transformer, is that an allusion to a God Neptune set that we're going to get with half shell?
No.
Sure.
I'll take it as a hint, and there are things moving, but sure.
Okay, so for me, I actually kind of like the fact that they did it this way because I think that it actually makes the RC look a lot better. Like, she doesn't look like she has a massive backpack on her back if you choose to take that off. And so for me, I actually think that I'm going to get one of the better RCs that we've gotten. I think the other one, the MMC reformatted one, is probably the other one. I'm trying to think with the smallest backpack.
Yeah, Azalea.
I'm thinking General Azalea, right. I would say probably. But so... like, for me, I actually kind of like this better. I don't mind that it's like one big chunk or whatever. So like I'm okay with that. My biggest two complaints on the figure is that one, it does not have the ankle rocker, I guess, or the side to side movement. and then the face isn't painted. And so it annoys me that the face is not painted because, like, I don't like that it's just, like, straight white head, straight white face. Like, if they had made it, like, a light pink face or something like that, I think that I would have dug it a lot more.
Yeah, I was not happy with the fact that because in the renders, I couldn't tell that the face wasn't going to be painted. But then when we saw the actual pictures of it, that face just doesn't have any paint on it. And it's a bummer. It doesn't look dead like the old one. Like, I like that face sculpt more. It's a good face sculpt. It's just not finished. So It's a bummer. Because here's the thing. Like, I've always wanted a good Arcee toy for my shelf. I've wanted to represent that character. She was the only Transformer woman character that we had forever. So I wanted a good one. I have a Masterpiece scale third-party one that is fine, but it's cool to have a Generation scale one. And I think this can be it because it'll look good on the shelf. I won't transform it on the shelf, right, because that would require some sort of magic. And it'll be fine. As far as it being a good Transformer, I don't think it is at all. I think it's a bad Transformer. I think it is almost a terrible Transformer because it is a parts forming shell former, and that is like everybody's biggest complaint.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like at the same time, like, you know, I wasn't so sure about these parts formers, but like I really like Cliff Jumper like a lot.
Oh, me too.
And I think that it's such a fun figure. I like flipping it back and forth and all that. So yes, like even though he has the back of his stupid car as like a stupid shield, like I really like, you know, that figure a lot. And so that's where I'm actually more excited for the Arcee now, the fact that I've actually gotten to mess with the Cliff Jumper, because I think otherwise, you know, you could get the nightmare fuel that is the fans' toys to transform, you know, so I don't know.
It looks good.
And we'll see like the new Masterpiece that's coming out as well, but that backpack looks freaking enormous too, so
I'm out on that Masterpiece. Like, unless there are serious revisions to it, I'm not doing it.
So, but I don't know. I'm still excited for the Arcee. I think it looks cool. I guess we haven't shown the car mode on it yet. I think the car mode on the Cyberverse one actually looks better. Like, it's okay.
I think the Cyberverse is what is that word? Objectively better. I do. I think it is an objectively better toy, but I
agree.
Subjectively, what I really want is an Arcee action figure to go on my shelf, because that was like the realization I had after that Masterpiece reveal was I just want a good Arcee action figure that doesn't transform. I want something like 3A style where they make it nice, it's good, it's done, a Revoltech something, where it's just finished, it's done, it doesn't transform. I've given up on transforming Arcees. And this is close enough because it's a non-transforming Arcee in a box.
Well, maybe you can get a Flames Tours Arcee.
I'd like that. I would like that someday as a model kit.
Let's see. All right. Quick station note. We're at the 2-hour mark, and I've got a dip. So
we are.
All right. So I think that we just have Smokescreen left. So, and we have Runabout. Or Runabout, I mean. Sorry. So I guess those are our last two ones. So what do you think, Peter? Smokescreen.
I think he looks great. I've been screaming since Siege that I love Datsuns. I bought a silver Datsun 280ZX Turbo so that I could own Blue Streak back when I was 18 years old because I had brain damage. And yeah, so Datsuns all day, Datsuns. And then the Siege ones came out, and I was like, "Yay!" This needs more Datsun. This does what I needed to do. This puts the look of the car into the figures and the characters that I love.
Perfect.
Yay!
I think that this looks fantastic. Honestly, I think that from a distance, you could mistake it for the Masterpiece. Like, I think they did a great job on the head sculpt. Like, I love the, like, I love the colors. Like, I think that it takes care of all the issues that I had with the Siege one, with the lack of color breakup and all that type of thing. So I think that, like, it's honestly probably one of the more figures that I'm excited for. Even though the fact that we already got, one, I feel like that this is going to be one of the perfect generations, figures of it.
Rodimus Supreme mentions in the chat that the vehicle mode doesn't look exactly like a Datsun 280ZX, and yes, I understand that, but it looks like a newer Nissan, like a 370 type thing, which fits that note for my brain to stop my brain from making noise at me. So yes, not exactly a Datsun 280Z. It's okay.
Close enough.
Yeah,
New incarnation.
I mean they don't license the car modes, so they can't make them look exactly like the cars, or otherwise, they would get in trouble.
The battle chargers look good too. New mold, I was wrong. Actually, no, I was right, and then I was wrong, and then I was right.
Let me see if I can pull that one up here.
I thought it was retooled from the Wheeljack.
They said it. Warden said yesterday it's a new mold. I thought it was going to be retooled.
You're tearing me apart, Warden!
And then it looked like it was from Cliff Jumper, and then Warden said it was a new mold, so it's a new mold.
Well, I'm curious if the engineering is similar to Cliff Jumper, or what the... Let me see if I can find better pictures of it.
I don't know. I'll have to have it in hand to see. White on white is not very easy for me to interpret engineering.
No. It looks good, though.
I mean, I'm just excited for it because... the two other versions that we've gotten of Runabout and Runamuck, one was the BotCon one, right? Or FunPub one. And then the other one is was an exclusive to Takara, right?
The adventure ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were cool. They come out with Sunicon. I like that. It makes sense.
So yeah,
This
so I'm excited to get this.
For him. Yay! Thanks for not voting for a fourth Sharkticon.
Right.
That was the other option. So no.
Well, I feel like a lot of those fan votes that they end up doing, like all those characters anyway. So eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
So where is my needle nose?
That's true.
Where is your needle nose?
Yeah, would you expect Rodimus Suprema saying that
Only
the Runamuck
nose.
might use the same engineering as the future Sunstreaker?
Absolutely.
Paul wasn't on, but I was curious to see what the size of this is. Is it closer to Cliff Jumper, or
is it Cliff Jumper size? Is it Wheeljack size? Hoist size? Hopefully not.
Yeah, he has size balls. You can look at it.
Yeah, Paul, can you tell us what the size is on that? I can't remember.
Please.
Yeah.
He's gone.
It'll show up
he's in
eventually.
the chat,
He's listening.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Yeah.
He hears everything we say.
So,
Rob,
but yeah,
I know we got the TFCC needle nose. That's not right. That's a bad needle nose. We need a better needle nose. We need a real needle nose.
I love that needle nose. I'm also so cool that I have the Sharkticon needle nose. So.
I have super quick deluxes because Peter said he needed to go 10 minutes ago.
But
can you hit it up?
I think this is it.
That's everything. And then we got the Ramp Masters.
Okay.
And then there's their
we already did the Ramp Masters.
And the Racetrack Patrol. Yeah, that was the
Barricade and Groundhog.
Thank you. You're faster than
there's a little poopy guy that goes with Scorponok too, right? Fast Track or whatever.
Fast Track, yeah.
Fast Track, yes.
And then there's the rolly boat.
Airwave.
It's not a
rolly boat. It's not a boat.
Oh, I forgot the rolly boat.
It's a boat. It's an airport. God.
He's a runway. He's a runway with a hangar, and then he transforms into like a launchy.
He looks awesome. His bot is so cool.
You know what? He would go really well with Rocket Base.
Yeah.
Well, even though we didn't really talk about those figures, I think we all like them. I really like Rolly Boat because I could irritate Christian so much by authentically thinking it looks like a boat. It doesn't help that I've never been on a boat, and I've only seen a boat once. Does that help?
No, but it makes me ask more questions. Talk about
I've been on a
boats later,
submarine.
too, I guess. What? Never.
I've been on a submarine.
Those are more common in the Midwest.
I was on one in the Indian Ocean. It was a little bit different. But anyway.
Right, definitely different. Mine was at a museum, not in Missouri. Trust me.
All right. Well, I think we made it through everything. So I appreciate you guys joining us today. So it was a lot of fun being able to talk through all this stuff. So
Yeah, long show,
great.
long talky show. Good luck
So-
finding things to talk about tomorrow.
yeah. No, we'll just let Don just complain for an hour, so it'll be fun.
Rant.
So what was your favorite? I guess we'll start with Peter, but tell us what was your favorite reveal or figure of the show, and then what was your least favorite?
It's hard to nail down. Okay, my favorite and least favorite are going to be weird because I buy everything. Everyone knows that I buy everything. I buy multiples of everything. Blah 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 blah. The Quintesson is probably my favorite. It has a weak alt mode that I don't care about. I'm never going to use, but I have been aching, just like Anna was saying. She's been aching for a good Arcee action figure that she can, because Arcee has never had really good official representation, really good, for years, forever, never happened. Quintessons. All we've gotten officially is Alpha Q. Now the Impossible Toys set, I've got multiples of those. I got all the bailiff and the scientist and all those. I got all of that, and yeah, but they're not official. ARG. I've been waiting for an official, nice Generation 1 style Quintesson for almost literally my entire life, and we're getting one, and it's great. Least favorite, I don't know. That double header ramp dude. Screw him.
What? So rude.
Okay, so
intersection.
Christian, who's your favorite? Who's your least favorite?
I don't know. Favorite. Somebody to choose from. The BotBots toilet, maybe. That thing's amazing.
Really?
That thing is so cool. I mean, it means we're expanding on the toilet troop, which is great. It's a fun way to open that package, which is great. And I'm very excited for it. Also very excited for Airwave because he's not a boat. And my least favorite is probably... Studio Series Soundwave. That thing is bleh. That thing is gross.
Good pick.
Okay, Anna.
I'm gonna go with my favorite is the fact that there are two-headed figures coming out that I could potentially have someone customize into sticks and stones for me from Rock Lords, and therefore I'm anti-Peter because I chose the two-headed monsters that he on-chose, which I will now make an official term of on-choosing. So yeah, those are my favorites, and then my least favorite is going to be also controversial because I'm just going to say Doubledealer because I'm tired of boxy things. But you all can have your boxes. I've got enough boxes.
So, I think I'm going to go with Scorponok. It's either that or Skylinks. I think those are... I think that they did those really well for what they are. For if you're wanting a G1, version and whatnot. So I'm pretty excited to get a good version of both of those. So even though we've gotten good third-party versions, I think that's pretty exciting. So, man, I have trouble with my least favorite. I would probably say Megatron. I may have to come back and revise that, but the Earthrise Megatron, just because I don't know, I kind of wish that we were filling those slots, and I realize that they're always going to do a Megatron, they're always going to do an Optimus, they're always going to do the main characters and whatnot over and over again to infinity. But yeah, I don't know. I would have liked, like, I almost wish that, there's been figures that they haven't redone in Siege that we don't have proper articulation with, and I wish that those slots were being filled by those instead of, even though I know that realistically there was always going to be Megatron on the shelf and there's always going to be an Optimus, so I should just accept that fact, so. Viewing tonight, potentially? So Paul, is that are you actually going to be sending that over so that we can get that posted up? So it looks like that it's a similar rebranding of TF Talk Weekly. So, but we dropped off the weekly, and
it's hosted by our most enigmatic cast member, right?
So. Oh yeah, Paul, we discussed the Walmart exclusives at the beginning of the show. So we talked about the Netflix trailer and we talked about those figures. So I think those look neat. So and then cool. Let's see. I know in the chat Eddie said that he really liked Cliff Jumper. I'm trying to think if there's. Eddie also said the Netflix trailer were his favorite reveal. I think that was actually a really good pick because, the fact that the show's going on, we know it's going on, all that type of thing. We actually get Transformers media animation out there. Renee said Smokescreen and least favorite is Doubledealer as well. So there you go, Anna. You're not the only one. So, yeah.
No more squares.
All right, well, so I guess check out TF Talk News whenever that posts tonight-ish. And also make sure to check out, we have another TFYLP tomorrow night, so we'll have a brand new cast that we can all complain about the ToyFair reveals as well. And Microcasters, have we decided what figure we're doing this week?
No.
Optimus?
We haven't, have we? Sure.
All
Optimus,
right.
that's great.
Optimus, we'll do Earthrise Optimus Prime. There we go. So, breaking news on that. So, check us out. That will be on Facebook Tuesday night at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. So, pretty much all of our shows are at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. And then we also put the Microcasters on YouTube later on in the week. And then I'm not sure if we'll have Ouch My Wallet or not this week, but, catch that as well. And then Rick's show, Cut the Tape, as well, is going to be out again this week. So, all right. All right, well, I guess that's it. Oh, and then if you like us and what we do, consider supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/TFYLP. Tiers from $1 on up. So, all right. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining and participating in the chat. It was a lot of fun, and we will see you tomorrow night. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.